Hello there guys, welcome back to the Chelsea Man Football. I hope you are doing alright. Merry Christmas wherever you are and Happy New Year. I hope you had a great time with your family, with your friends, and enjoy. Now we are back in the Premier League. We are waiting for this for a long time, right? The World Cup took over. And I have to say, the World Cup was sensational. The World Cup was in high standard that you cannot compare it with the Premier League. That's what the World Cup was. It was just different. This is the one I have watched most of the World Cup. I enjoy it. Every moment, every second, I was loving it. One of the World Cup I will not forget in my history, in my lifetime. Now, this is your match preview. Chelsea versus Bournemouth. The Premier League is back. We are about to face Bournemouth, a tough team right now for Chelsea. It is crazy to say that, right? Bournemouth, a tough team for Chelsea. Oh dear. You know what I'm saying. We're in a bad form. We are in the bad form. We don't know where we are right now. But let me leave it there. We gotta discuss about the transfer. And I'm coming back because I have the lineup and I have the players I think Graham Potter is gonna play. So let's get into the transfer market and let's see what happens. Declan Rice has no intention to sign a new contract at West Ham, and many clubs, including Chelsea, they are looking to sign him in the summer. Moyes, that's the coach for West Ham, on Declan Rice, he wants to win. We are not just to go roll over and let Declan Rice walk out the bidding war. It is going to be a big fight, and I like it because Rice wants to challenge himself and wants to play in the big games, and he wants to be on top. He's already a top player at West Ham, you know. The midfield is a defensive midfield. It does well. Like, he wants to win the Premier League. He wants to win the Champions League. So there's a fight over there because Chelsea, they really want Declan Rice. Manchester City, they want Manchester United, Liverpool, they all in the race to sign this guy. It is sad how we just let player like this quality just leave. It is very sad. As you know, I talk about Declan Rice over time. He's my favorite player. So let's see the bidding war, how it's gonna be. I think if all those clubs, they go for him, I think it's gonna be high. It's gonna be maybe 150 to 200 if they really like him, right? But these days, the players, the money, there's a lot of money in football, and the players are so expensive. They're just priced too high. It is crazy, very, very crazy. So we need to do something about that because I cannot see anyone in the world of football, any midfielder who can come to Chelsea right now who's top player like Declan Rice. The only guy I can see that is Bellingham. Now Bellingham has been heavily linked with Liverpool and they are trying to sign him. So there's a question mark over there because that's the only midfield I can see Chelsea can go after they fail to sign Declan Rice. If Declan Rice goes to Manchester City, that's a shame, I'm telling you. If he goes there, because there's Kevin De Bruyne is already there, and you know, he's a Chelsea boy. And Declan Rice, Chelsea boy. That would be bad. I would be ashamed, I have to say. I would be ashamed if that happened. No, that cannot happen. That cannot happen, dear. Now, another update about Ben Chilwell. I think Ben Chilwell, that guy name's just out of my head. I cannot pronounce properly his name. But let's go straight into it. Ben Chilwell wants to move to Chelsea in the next days. Chelsea are confident of a total agreement between clubs. He wants to join Chelsea. I mentioned about him about, I think two videos ago. Chelsea really like the defender from Monaco, central defender, because they want to replace Fofana. Too many injuries. So a central midfield from Monaco. He looks good. He plays very well. I have seen his footwork. Very good, very good. He can run, he can defend, he can, you know, even score as a defender. As we know at Chelsea, sometimes when the strikers are struggling, our defender just turn into the striker, start scoring goals. It happened a few months ago, if you remember. All the team of Werner, Kai Havertz, we had the strikers, Christian Pulisic, Mason Mount out of form. Our defenders, Thiago Silva, Antonio Rudiger, before he goes to Real Madrid, they were just scoring. The guy wants to move to Chelsea, is pushing, and he says, let me go. If a player do that, that's a good thing. You want somebody who has that desire, that love to play for your club. That's what you want to hear. Now, there's a young player. He's a Brazilian now. Let's go straight into it and see. Chelsea are looking at Victor Roque, a talented 17-year-old Brazilian, well, centre back and striker are priority for January. Despite this, Chelsea can't use up all their budgets as Todd Bowley and co. planning as ambitious summer recruitment drive. So they are planning the summer recruitment drive, and they went to another Brazilian. As I said, Brazil, Africa, there's so many talents over there, and I am so happy they are doing that. Egberry, the guy who works with Todd Bowley, if you know, every time Todd Bowley is watching football, every time Todd Bowley is sitting down, you see him beside Todd Bowley. That guy is the guy who suggests Africa. There are so many untouched talent there, so you need to do that, because there are so many African players who goes to France just to get the opportunity to play football, because in Africa nobody sees them. So the talent is there, but there's no highs. People need to have spiritual highs to see the talent. Sometimes the physical highs you can't see, right? So this guy goes to France, and then there's a school of talent in France. That's one of the best talent of football France has. Just look at the national team. It's unbelievable, I'm telling you. And that's what Chelsea want. They want to build a school in France to get those talents going on. That is good. That is very, very good. Brazil and Africa, mwah, sweet talent, I'm telling you. Very sweet. Now, there's a thing I have to say here. I have to say something, because, look, everything Chelsea is doing right now, the money, the structure they are building, Todd Bowley and this stuff, they're doing well. It's coming very good. The Amazon, we're about to have a documentary about Chelsea and how things at the club ran under Roman Abramovich. All this was private. It didn't want the information to open and see how financially the club is running. It didn't want to do that, but Todd Bowley, American style, he doesn't care. He just wants Chelsea, you know, to be different this time. Because last time, nobody knew about Chelsea very much. Tottenham, they do that all the time. You can go on YouTube and search for it. Pam, 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 Tottenham history, documentary, you find it in there. Chelsea, they don't have that. And some fans, they were saying, no, that's a bad idea. Look, that's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. It is good, we know. There's something, even me, I don't know how the players, they talk to each other in the dressing room, how the coach is. You can see all that. The coach is talking to a player in his office and tell him you need to improve. You need to know all that stuff. So, it is good. Egberry suggested that, and I think that's going to happen. That is going to happen. The only problem I have here is Graham Potter, the Chelsea coach. That's the only problem I have. Is this job right for him? Is this job right for him? That's a question. That is a question, because we have great quality, great squad. The only problem is the coach. It looks like this job is big for him. That's what I said. I am not a fan of him, to be honest with you. I don't like the coach, but it's the coach. You have to support him. It came quick. I was happy when Thomas Tuchel was gone. I'm not gonna lie, because things was not going well. But I thought Chelsea, they're gonna be patient and look for a better coach. But my question is, I don't really dislike Graham Potter. Like, I don't like him, get away from my club. No, I'm just saying I'm not a fan of the coach. Because it looks like the job is big for him. He doesn't do anything at the touchline. We are back now in the Premier League. We are playing Bournemouth. You gotta, you have to have that aggressiveness, you know. You have to let the player know that you are the manager. You are in control of everything you're doing. You just don't have to be like a zombie, like you don't know what you're doing. Players make mistakes in the ground, you are clapping. What is that for? Be aggressive. What I'm saying here, Graham Potter needs to take responsibility on his player. Needs to stand. They need to know he's the man. He's the main man. You know? They're just gonna play you around, and then you're gonna lose game after game after game. Look, we are number 8 at the table. We are not even that close to the Champions League. At this point, you just have to fight to get into the Europa League. We don't do anything. We're gonna drop into like 15. You remember when you dropped to 15th place under Jose Mourinho? I think that was 2014. 2013, I think I remember that, and Jose Mourinho was sacked. But there's something I need to show you guys, because things can change like that. He said, even if they don't qualify for the Champions League spot, they will not sack Graham Potter. Top Boris said that. Things can change, right? Things can change just like that. You don't trust anybody. You can only trust God. Don't trust any human being because things can change like that. Top Bori and Carrera Capital want Chelsea to finish in the top 4. Right there. What does that says? Top Bori and Carrera Capital and this group, they want Chelsea finish on top 4. Now, as I said, he said Chelsea, they are not going to sign Graham Potter even if he doesn't finish top 4. That is a lie. For what I see, that is a lie. You need Chelsea to finish in top 4 because Chelsea, they always play the Champions League. Always. We need the Champions League football, no matter what, to attract top players around the world. If you're not in the Champions League, you cannot attract top players. Look at Manchester United. Cristiano Ronaldo left United because they are in a Conference League. They are not even in a Europa League. Are they in a Europa League? Maybe I'm just making myself a mistake here. I think in a Conference League or Europa League. Ronaldo wanted Champions League. I think United, if they were in Champions League, maybe Ronaldo will stay. He will not make all these scenes he made. That's what I'm saying. You know, things can change. So Graham Potter here is at a risk a little bit, not much, tiny bit. These guys, Top Bori and all this owner of football, they have so much money. They can sack you just like that. They'll pay you money. They don't care. They make a lot of money. And this is it. Top Bori, they are doing great at Chelsea Football Club. And they use this to love football, not money. Of course, you can love money. You can make as much as you can. You can make billions of money. You can make trillions. But put football first. Let the fans enjoy the trophies. You know, we enjoy trophies. It doesn't matter. Just win something. Trophy, Premier League, Champions League. Just something a season. We'll be happy. We want to see that. We want to win trophies. We don't care how much money you made at the club. Just win a trophy. We want to be on top 2, top 1, top 2, right there. That's what we want to know. Make money. We don't care. Now, let's get into the lineup. We have a lot to discuss right there. This video is a long video, my dear friend. Stay tuned, get the popcorns, get the juice wherever you are, and sit down and enjoy. As I said, I made my lineup. As we know, Kovacic, Hakim Ziyech, Loftus-Cheek, they are not available to face Bournemouth. So now, this is the time Chelsea need to show up. As I said, this is a must win, no play games. This is the Premier League. We need to take 3 points. Otherwise, if we don't, You know the rest. I don't want to mention it. We are number 8. Clearly, we need to win. Now, let's get into the lineup and see what I think Graham Potter is gonna do. In the goal, I start with keeper. As we know, keeper is in his form. Although we haven't seen his form yet again, we're about to see it. For me, I take this World Cup was like a refresh. You know, I'm pretending like I don't know what this play can bring, because it's like they have started a new season, right? So I'm looking for keeper here. I'm like, okay, last season he gave a good form. So right now I think he can do the same thing. I see keeper in goal. I don't see Mendy to start, because Mendy, you know, there's an issue with Mendy. He wants more money. And Chelsea, they are not willing to do that. And I heard a little bit about Egbert was saying they need to drop salary for all the players. And I agree. You cannot get lots of money as a player and you're not performing. Mendy, he wants more money, perform properly, and then you get 200 a week. If you are not performing, why are you getting 200 a week? What is that for? That is waste of money. You gotta perform, you gotta score goals, you gotta do everything. You gotta put your life on the risk to get the money you deserve. That's what it is. You gotta work for it. Work for it, you get the money. That's what it is. You don't have to just sit down and you see your friend getting a lot of money and you're like, oh, I need to get that money too. They are just disrespecting me, not respecting me. No, work for it. Work for it, my dear friend. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. Mendy on the bench for what I see. Keeper starting this one. And Reece James is back. Reece James need to start 100%. And the injury, I think, is gone. And he was doing well in the training. We know what Reece James can do on the ball. 100%. Fantastic player. Reece, start for me. Now I will go to Koulibaly and Thiago Silva. They need to start this one to refresh, right? To keep going in that form, especially Thiago Silva is a great defender. We know he can do anything. He's number 1 in that Chelsea defense, 100%. Thiago Silva, number 1 captain for me. Is the leader. He can put his life on the risk to defend and to score. Even to score, he can score in the header when on the corner. He's like that. He's Thiago Silva. Now, Cucurella start this one. Chilwell is missing an injury. So bad. I forgot about Chilwell. I really did. Injury. Fofana is missing too. Injury. So those guys, they are not gonna face Bournemouth. Cucurella, I see him start 100%. And in the midfield is Jorginho. We don't have anybody else. Who? Kovacic is not gonna be in this match. I think Kovacic is just having a little bit of break. And there's a rumor Kovacic, he wants to leave Chelsea. I don't know if that's true or he wants more money, because there was a rumor saying that. Kovacic wants to leave and his agent, they are looking in other words to see if Kovacic can sign a contract somewhere else. If that is true, we wait and see. I don't believe that. So let's see. So Jorginho starts, although I don't trust Jorginho in midfield, to be honest. If the team you're gonna play with, they're pressing high, if the team you're gonna play with, they took over the midfield, oh my God, you don't want Jorginho inside the midfield. You're gonna hate football, I'm telling you. It's not a bad play at all. It's just get caught. He's like lost, completely lost. He lose the ball quick. And he gives the defenders in a lot of pressure because the midfield is weak. Jorginho is in the midfield, is weak. He needs to work harder, man. We have been saying this all the time. I won't say you need to work harder. We just need to find a better midfield. That's it. We need to do that. On the other side, Zakaria needs to start. I don't see anyone. He's the only defense for midfield we have right now. Who else? I mean, no. Kante, no. Kante is gone, injury, until February. Crazy. Chukwuemeka, I will start Chukwuemeka maybe in the second half. It really didn't place in the training. Graham Potter said start. Chukwuemeka, yeah, as you see, maybe. But Zakaria is a defensive midfield and you cannot push him so easily. So in that game against Bournemouth, I can see Zakaria very strong and nobody can push him, you know, that crazy guy. I like it. Sterling, of course, we know Sterling. I'm not going to mention much about him. Although his form at the World Cup was great. I was not disappointed. I was like, okay, you need to show that often. So, Sterling starts tomorrow. Mount, of course, Mount cannot be dropped. As Graham Potter made it clear months ago, right before the World Cup. He said, you cannot drop Mason Mount. If you remember, and I was like, what is he saying? You can't say that. Because a player, to hear that, the manager said you cannot drop Mason Mount because he needs to play consistent. He needs to play every time. If a player heard that, they're just going to do rubbish. They're not going to even push themselves because they know you're going to start them. Because you said that. I'm like, what is going on in his head? Why can't he... What did he do? What have you done? Stop the treachery, Graham Potter. Now, Mason Mount, you believe... It is like that. He's going to start every game. Graham Potter said that. Now, Christian Pulisic needs to start hands down. There's no one else I see there. No one else. Christian has to start this game. Let him show what he can do because this is it. This is it. Hakim Ziyech is not available. If Hakim Ziyech was on, I would choose Hakim Ziyech over there. But Pulisic needs to start to show what he can do. Look. We have all this team. If you look this team, this lineup, you look like they're gonna go there and do the job. But otherwise, if you look, the bad form Chelsea are in, and the Charlotte FC when it comes in, they lose to a small team like Bournemouth. I have to say, they're a small team. Bournemouth is a small team compared to Chelsea, and you think Chelsea is gonna do a great job? Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. On top, Aubameyang needs to start. There's no one else. Aubameyang, he looks quick, he looks sharp, and he looks angry. He looks refreshed. He wants to play football finally. So let's wait and see and how Chelsea is gonna do. The scoreline, I am not sure, to be honest with you, about the scoreline. I am not gonna say Chelsea is gonna win 2. I don't know. Let's wait and see how we're gonna do, because sometimes these things can surprise you. You think you're gonna win 10-0 or 100-0 and then you end up losing. I don't want to mention it. Guys, let me know in the comment about everything I said. I will see you very soon. Subscribe to the Chelsea Man Football, hit notification bell so we can reach 2K subscribers. Thank you very much. I'll see you soon. Stay safe. God bless.